Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 13 and today we're back for a bit of a strange moment towards the end of a match. It's probably one of the most bittersweet moments we've had in this career so far, and you'll see why in a minute when we show you the scorecard, as we've got a bit of a dilemma on our hands. But firstly, if you haven't caught up with the series so far, please do go and check out the previous episodes. As you can see in the backgrounds, we're in the middle of a batting innings, and in a moment you'll see why we're caught in two minds. But before we go and check the scorecard, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough we did beforehand. I've really been blown away by the support for Cricket 19 on the channel, a completely new type of game for me to make content from, and I really have appreciated everyone who's given it a try, so a massive thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel and are enjoying it, please do put a thumbs up on the video, and subscribe for regular content from this series, as well as daily FM19 content and weekly videos from Snooker 19. But in this game it's certainly a bit of a sticky situation, and I have led a little bit to our side's downfall here. If we go and take a look at the match scorecard first, it's a 50 over game, the one that followed our first game of the season, which we obviously showed in the last two episodes. You can see we're back because we're on the verge of our first ever career century. We've already got a top score of 96 off 90, and although I'm worrying about going a little bit too slowly, and I have been more tentative than usual, mainly because I'm worried about getting that first century, I guess that's a little bit selfish, but despite that we've been going at the quickest rate of any of our fellow run scorers. You can see that most of them haven't done much, and Rowan Ahern, the number 7, has come in and given us some support at last. We're chasing 294 for 6, and we're just on 228 for 5. We've been losing partners galore throughout this innings until we finally got some support from our number 7. The worry we've got now, just 6.2 overs remaining, and we need 66 runs off the remaining 38 balls, and if we don't get help with plenty of wides and no balls, I'm not quite sure how we're going to win this. And maybe I have been guilty because I've been trying to get to 100, but seeing the opposition scoring rates makes me think I've done okay. We also took one wicket with the ball as well. Interestingly, we got bowled out for our 10 overs again, the only bowler to do so, despite being a batting all-rounder. Technically we're a part-time bowler, and as I've mentioned before, it's the one thing that's grated on me in this series, that we've been given far too much responsibility with the ball. The economy was still very low, 1.8, just 1 for 18 off 10 overs, 5 maidens where none of our colleagues could produce even one, and again they didn't really attack us early on, as we were given the ball after just 4 overs. We got 2 near the end of the innings, which conceded most of our runs, but it also got us a late wicket. So we go back into it today with 2 main objectives. One is to try and get 4 runs pretty quickly, try and find a sneaky boundary from somewhere. If we can get to 100 with 5 or 6 overs remaining, we're then going to go on the ultimate attack. I know we'll probably get caught, as we have most times we've tried lofted shots in this series, but we've got to be aggressive and try to be a hero. Can we go and get 130 or 40 and lead our side to an improbable victory? Either way, we are going to boost our chances of getting county selection soon, with this performance being absolutely sensational, and our strike rate again is over 100, so certainly it isn't going to be our fault if we lose. We might even get player of the match if we get the century, and I know we have held back slightly in the last couple, but with Ahern going well at the other end now, we want to give him a chance to shine too. So let's go and get back to the first ball on camera. Hopefully we can wrap up our first century, and if this does end pretty quickly, then we'll go and show you some of the next T20 game too. Here we go then, it's Bush, the left arm seamer. He's 1 for 39 off 6.4. There's space on the leg side again, and it's a full delivery, so we will get it away, but unfortunately it's just going to be 1, as we fail to split the 2 fielders. Ahern's got a chance to hit a boundary at the other end, but if we lose him it's all going to be down to us. The lower order's not really offered anything in the last year and a bit, so unfortunately if Ahern does get out, I don't think we're going to get much more support. He sees out the over and the spinner comes in, and we'll be back to face his first ball in a moment. The spinner's in for his first ball, they're spaced down the ground, we try to attack it and oh no, we've got out for 97. We've edged one to the wicket keeper, outside off stump, we were forced to attack in and we fall short of our first century. The arrogance we had of coming back just before it, assuming it was going to be our milestone moment, and we lost concentration and it's all gone wrong. We're out for 97 off 92 balls. We've not faced spin much at all in this innings, and unfortunately it's come back to haunt us again. What a disaster as we were on for our first century, but at least you're going to get to see some action from 2 matches. I assume we're not going to chase it down, although it does look like we ran them close. 288 for 8, and we do get player of the match. The top scorer in either side by 3 runs, but we fall agonisingly short of that century, and then 1 for 18 with the ball's a pretty good return, but I can't get away from that disappointment. Let me know in the comments if you've had any excruciating moments like that. Have you had the anguish of almost making it to a big milestone? We had it a couple of times in the 40s in the first season, but we got to our half century pretty quickly. But this one's an absolute disaster, and I'm sure I'm not hiding my disappointment well. Let's go back to the career hub and go and get into our T20 match. Of course we're unlikely to get a century there, but we can at least address the demons from that moment. Okay, we're back to the career hub, and again that innings didn't change our selection status. Still no chance at a county breakthrough, but we have got 1 batting ability point now, so where are we going to use it? And we've got to be wise here. I'm not quite sure what the best will be. I think as we've been getting out playing simple strokes, and particularly on the offside, I'm going to invest my point on the drive, as I think that's going to be the most important one for us. So we're going to upgrade that by 1 as we move forward. Hopefully we'll be able to progress moving forward. No skill points to spend at the moment, but we've unlocked an ability point to increase it in the next one. If we can get a big knock, we should be able to progress. Fingers crossed that will happen after this T20. I know it's going to take a big knock to produce that, but hopefully against Barnsley we'll be able to produce. Let's go and get into it and see if we've got the same problem with the pitch. Is it going to be the usual medium standard pitch? It is exactly that, and it's still a bit of a concern. As we move into the match in slightly cooler temperatures, let's see if that makes a difference in this one. We'll be back in a moment for the toss, and hopefully we'll get a chance to perform with the bat first. We're back for the toss, and Barnsley have called tails. Let's see what it lands on here. Barnsley are going to lose the toss. Leeds have won it with heads, and what's our skipper going to do? We need to get ourselves the captaincy of this side so we can hopefully change the lineup. Leeds are having a bowl first, so we might see some action with the ball. If we get given a chance by a skipper, we'll show some highlights on camera. We'll be back in a moment when we get our chance. Hopefully our main spotlight will come with the bat. Okay, a bit of an interesting one. We've been brought into the attack after just 2 overs. I think we've only ever had 1 over in the power play before, in T20 cricket at least. Barnsley have started well, 17 for 1, but we have got that crucial wicket and we're going for our favoured field. Later in the T20s we normally go a bit more defensive, but at this stage we're going to try and force a wicket. The first one goes for a dot ball. We've got just the 1 man outside the circle, and we're going to go for our standard off break deliveries, just bowling on a good line and length. It's worked for us so far in this career, although that one looks like it'll go for 4. The fielder's never going to get there, is he? Although it is slowing up in the outfield, maybe it's not quite as quick as it threatens to be, and I think we've managed to hold that to just 2. In a T20 that's a pretty good start. We'll certainly take that as the over goes on. We've got to try and get a bit tighter to the stumps. Not as much spin in this pitch as we thought. This one goes away to the leg side, but it only picks out the fielder in the circle. 2 off the first 3 balls. We can't complain about that. It's a little bit more pressure playing in the power play. You can tell the batsmen are intending to be more aggressive, but that one picks out the diving fielder again, and with just 2 balls remaining it's a good over so far. Can we break through with a wicket as well? We bowl it just outside off stump. It's a late reaction, but they get something on it, and although it's gone straight to the fielder, there's no threat of a wicket. And the final ball, we're going to flight it in again. Are we going to be able to do something special, or is the batsman going to be able to read us easily? Again he's forced into that late defensive stroke, and it's just 2 runs and 1 scoring shot off the over. A really good bit of defensive work, and again our economy outperforms our teammates. It looks like we're straight in 2 overs later, so hopefully we'll do a bit better on this occasion. Maybe the economy will stay the same, but if we could nick a wicket that would be absolutely fantastic. Into the second over then, and we're bowling to the new batsman here. He's faced just 2 deliveries so far. This one's on the stumps, but he gets it away pretty comfortably. It only goes straight to the fielder though, just a dot ball to start. Second ball in, and we're going for the same again. We want to build up a little bit of pressure before the flighted one this time. That one just beats the batsman, but unfortunately it just beats leg stump too. It's gone straight through to the keeper, but a scary moment for the batsman. This is when we throw in the flighted delivery. Try and bowl it straight at the stumps. Is it going to get past the batsman? It doesn't, it goes straight to him. It's cut off and it's another dot ball though, as the pressure continues to build. Barnsley must have got a few off the last over too, but we can't worry about our teammates rate so much. We know they're struggling to perform on the big stage, and we've got to be a hero on our own. We almost led our side to victory last time round, although we fell agonisingly short of that century. That one's a brilliant shot from the batsman though. Gets that away, it just looked like a fine tickle, but in the end it rushed away to the leg side, and he's got his first boundary off our bowling. Layla moves on to 5, and this over's gone for 4. Not our best start to an innings, but still economical in T20 standards. Last ball of the over, we'll bowl it a little wider, see if he wants to go outside off stump, and in fact he runs across it and goes over on the leg side, beats the fielder over his head, and 2 boundaries to finish. Not an ideal end to the over. We lost our line and length a little there, and we were searching for something we really shouldn't have. That may lead us out of the attack as we come back in with 12 overs gone. We've got Edward in at one end on 8, Olivier's still there on 44, so we're going to be bowling to him again in this over. Hopefully he won't attack us too much. We're going to drop our field back to our more defensive line, and we'll be back in a moment for the first ball. Usual performance then, it's an off-break delivery. We're going into Olivier as he chases his half century. Can we get him out as he goes attacking there? But he finds the man at extra cover and it'll start with a dot ball. We want to keep the scoring rate down now, put some pressure on the opposition, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to take wickets, even with the seamers at the other end. This one's straight at the stumps and it's hooked away to the leg side, but again picks out the fielder in the inner ring. 2 dot balls as we continue to perform well. 10 runs off 2.2 overs, probably not our best figures in T20 cricket, but as we go for the flighted delivery, we're not going to change our line and length. This one goes straight to the fielder again. We continue to perform well. We're going to throw in our first wrong 'un for the day. Olivier might not know if we're capable. This one goes outside off stump, but again it only finds the infielder. 4 dot balls and we're on for a T20 maiden here. This could be something very special. We've got plenty of gaps in the outfield, but they haven't found one of them yet, and they've tried to go for a big one down the ground. The man at mid-off can't get around, and unfortunately he's taken it after 1 bounce, but it is going to be a single for the batting side. So not the best continuation of the over, as Olivier gets a single. It means we've got Edward on strike, the new batsman. We're going to go for the same field to him, but I guess just 1 run off the over would be a pretty sensational outcome. So we bowl it straight at the stumps for him. He just about gets his bat in front of his pads, flicks it away to the man at square, and it's just going to be another single to finish. 2 off the over at this stage is brilliant, and after 13 overs Barnsley are 90 for 4. Okay, we're getting bowled out in 2 spells this time, just 14 overs gone, and we're delivering our last here. In recent games at the end of last season, we were often safe for the last few overs, and the same in 50 over cricket too, but this time we've been used in the middle. Olivier tries to get us away again as we bring his strike rate down to 100. We'll go for the flighted delivery. We really want to tempt him outside his crease. Will he be daring and come and attack us? He does, but it just goes straight down the ground. It looks like the man at deep mid-off should get there, and he does cut it off for just a single. Edward on strike, and he's going on nicely now as Barnsley have gone well past 100. Let's try and get in with an off-break delivery. We're not going to do anything special with it. The usual line and length and right on the stumps, and again hooked to the leg side for just another single. 2 off the first 3 balls, and again our figures are looking pretty economical. Just 14 off 3.5 overs. We're up there with Rashid Khan in terms of economy, although this is obviously club cricket rather than internationals, as they go for a big one to the leg side. I spoke too soon as they find the gap, and it's the 3rd boundary we've conceded this innings. Olivier gets to 50 with that one, and he was just waiting for his moment to attack us. It's such a contrast to the 50 over game, where in the last 10 overs we weren't attacked at all, and in this one we've gone for 18 already, which I think is the joint highest number of runs we've conceded in a 50 over match. That of course is over 10 overs. This one is just in 3.4. We've gone a little bit wider outside off stump, but again they're trying to go to the leg side, and they're going to get a single as they take our scoring rate up to almost 20. We've conceded a lot of runs in this one. 110 Barnsley reach now, and we haven't looked like taking a wicket. We're going to finish with a flighted delivery. We're going to go outside off stump, and I'm hoping we'll be able to at least protect it to a dot ball. As they flick it away to the leg side, it will just be a single. It's pretty similar to the sort of shots I play. They're taking advantage of the field, and 8 off the final over kind of ruins our spell as we concede 20 in 4 overs. So we're going to have plenty of work to do with the bat. Let's skip and find out how many runs we're chasing. We're back with the bat and we're chasing 170. It's a T20, so all the good work we've done in the early innings in this season, where we've tried to build slowly with a competent start, and then once we've defended a few to really start to push, we're going to do it from the start in this one. We'll try to be explosive in a T20 match, as there's plenty of space on the leg side for our favourite boundaries. This one's outside off stump though, and we almost get out trying to attack it. We've scored 699 runs in our career, just one more needed to reach a milestone. There's a bit of a gap down to third man, but again they've got that extra slip in, so I don't really want to take that risk yet, as we try to hook one to the leg side and we've missed that one as well. Maybe we're going to attacking too soon. Third ball of the over though, we really need to score soon. We're throwing away good deliveries here against the left-hander. That one we do get away to the leg side, and although it's just going to be a single, it's probably best Crompton's on strike. Leads off the mark on one, but a long way to go to reach the target. Crompton's managed to get himself out, just 3 runs put on the board for Leeds. One of them was obviously by us, so this isn't boding well for the innings. We found the fielder there and we might run our teammate out. Doherty just gets back and a streaky single continues Leeds' progress, but it really isn't looking very good. Doherty with a single at the other end, and now we're going to go for that gap at mid-wicket. Let's see if we can get through it, not with that sort of delivery. We're defending one's outside off stump, not ideal in a T20 match. We're not really confident playing them. I'd normally go for that shot over the head, but it's going to go straight to that man at deep third man, and we've got to be a bit more careful of him. It's a long ball outside off stump, and again the seams beat the bat. It could have been an edge to the fielders, but fortunately we still survive. 2 off 6 is more of a test start than a T20 one, and I don't know what to do outside off stump. It's a brilliant line and length, and again we're just playing at thin air. 1 ball left in the second over, and Leeds just on 5 for 1. It's not been an ideal start. When we came in after 2 overs in the other innings, Barnsley were already 17 for none, as again we missed the final ball of the over. We're really struggling with the seamers. Hopefully we'll face a spinner soon, as I'm looking forward to playing one. Doherty's working miracles at the other end. He's on 19 off 7 now, and that means we've got the licence to attack, or maybe even try and build an innings. This one we get away to the leg side. Our first brilliant shot of the innings. It's going to beat both of the fielders there, and we've got our first boundary of this knock. Now of course it's all good to do that for 1 ball, but how are we going to follow it up is the big question. Another one outside leg stump, another brilliant shot. This one arguably had more power on it. The man in the deep won't get around, and 2 boundaries in a row as myself and Doherty have pressed the accelerator. We move past 30 after 3.2 overs, and now we've got the run rate up. We just need to take advantage of this poor bowling. It's another poor ball, but it's a little more central, though we beat the fielder again. The infielder's not going to catch up with it. 3 boundaries in 3 balls, and we're really on a roll now. Can we produce another special innings? They've changed the field and adapted, which is good, but we've got a bit of space through the covers now. The bowling's well outside leg stump, so we're just going to leave that for a wide. We don't need to play at ones that are going to miss by miles. We've got to trust the umpire to do their job. We're going to face the delivery again, and hopefully we can take advantage of that. There's a gap down to point, there's a little one on the leg side, and again that's just going to be a wide, so we'll happily see them through all day. Not the most entertaining to watch, but certainly helping us to victory. Olsen bowling his 4th ball for the 3rd time now. Is he going to get his line right? He's gone outside off stump instead. We tried to tickle that ball down to point, but unfortunately it hasn't worked out, as it goes through to the keeper with a miss. We could have gone an edge on it, so it could have been worse. Hopefully we'll connect with this one. He's going for them full deliveries outside off stump. We've really got a decent connection on that. It went towards the man at point, but it was just to the side of him, and it rushed away to the boundary for 4. A fantastic shot down there. We nearly missed it completely and it would have crashed into the stumps, but we just about got away with it as we get our 4th boundary of the over. After a really shaky start, we've come good now, and we're setting our side a fantastic platform. 41 for 1, and we've not even finished the 4th over. Now can we take advantage with the last ball? We found the fielder in the inner circle, but we are going to get through for a single, and that one almost went past the infielder as they missed the stumps wildly with a throw. Just 1 to finish though. Is 42 for 1, and we finally got off to a start in this innings. Of course, we retain the strike after that single at the end, and it's Hopkins the spinner into the attack. It's outside leg stump, so we just played a simple single. We need to really take advantage of the seamers. We're not the best against the spinners, so let's give the attack to Doherty and see what he can do when he's at the crease against the slower bowlers. Hopefully he'll do something special and really not try to lose his wicket. I say that as we come back at 47 for 2, Doherty's managed to get himself out. Edwards into the attack, the other spinner. We obviously bowled at him towards the end of the other innings. We're going to get 2 there as it goes down to the deep, but it's evaded the fielder enough to get through. We're back on strike as Jones hasn't faced a ball yet. We really need to make sure we protect him for now. We really start to collapse in the middle order a lot of the time, so I've got to be careful not to expose him too soon. That one is just going to be a single though, so he's going to face his first ball in a moment. Hopefully when we come back we'll still just have lost 2 wickets and we'll have another chance to build our knock. Jones has added 7 off 3 balls and we're back for the last one of the over. It was a very quick turnaround on the loading screen too. I'm absolutely delighted with that, and we found the gap to get 2 again in a vacant deep mid wicket region. The man at deep mid on gets around, but it's a comfortable 2 to finish. Leeds move on to 59 for 2, and that's a very good power play with the bat despite losing a couple of wickets. Hopkins in for his second over. He obviously took a wicket with the first one. He's bowling straight this time and we just go to the man at deep mid wicket. That's going to be a single to start and we bring Jones on strike to the spinner. We're on course for our run rate target, but are we going to keep the wickets in hand? There's the answer for that question. I'm back at the end of Hopkins' over. It looks like he's gone for 5 dot balls and managed to take the wicket of Jones too. So we're back in with Leonard alongside us, but thankfully we've got that favourable leg side field. They put all the men out on the boundary and leave us the chance to play those controlled strokes. The RB button is my friend at the moment as we just knock them into the inner circle for 2. Either the bowler has to chase it or the outer fielders have to run in, and either way we've got plenty of time to stroll back, so we're going to try and do that all over. If they bowl on the stumps we can do it 6 times, and it's a very risk-free way to get 12 runs. 4 off the first 2 balls, Lennon hasn't has to face one, he's just got to do a bit of running for us. We need 108 off 77, and that one's been given a no ball too. Let's go for the free hit. Where do we want to go? Plenty of space down the ground and over the offside. Where's the ball going to be delivered? We've tried to go to the leg side. It's an awful shot. It picked out the fielder, and that was even worse than our controlled strokes. We could have taken a gamble and got the easy 2 there, but instead we try to go for a big one and only get a single. Leonard's managed to get us back on strike with 1 himself, so hopefully we'll be able to do something now. We're going to see the wide through on the leg side, and that all reduces our run rate, so we'll be delighted if they keep producing those. Olsen's been really expensive for the away side, 29 off 2.4 overs, and that one's going to be a wide, is it? I've misjudged that one. It's hit the leg pad. I've no idea why he's appealing. It's miles outside leg stump, and if we move across a little bit there we probably could have got away with another wide. But final ball of the over, the run rate's under control. We just need to make sure we don't run out of partners. On the leg side we can hit that controlled shot again. It should be 2 to finish. It's been a really good knock so far, although the man at mid-on is running incredibly quickly there. Excellent fielding, but we do make it through, and Leeds go into the 70s at the end of the 8th over. We've got a new spinner, Bull, at the crease. There's plenty of space down the ground. Do we go for the big one though? We've gone down the ground and I think we've picked out the fielder. That's an absolutely awful shot. The man at straight off catches us and we've managed to get out after losing our discipline. Leeds were just coming along nicely and we've gone and let Leonard down. We actually made a pretty good connection with a shot. Would have beat the infielders in the power play, but we've picked out the one area where there's a fielder in the deep on the offside, and as a result we're out for 33. A good strike rate off 25 balls and continues our consistent start to the season, but it's not going to be enough to help our teammates, as watch how we'll collapse after this. I take it back, they've won the game. Leeds have done brilliantly. Hodge and O'Keefe in the 40s not out, both off 30 balls. We've managed to get 33 runs ourselves, a good return for us, and we've been fairly economical to keep the score down, going at just 5 and over. Giovanni Morgan's man of the match, he took 3 for 34, and that's a little bit harsh on Billy Bull, who got 3 for Barnsley on the losing side. But a good result for the team nonetheless, and a decent day at the office for us. It certainly makes up for that disappointment in the last game, where we got agonisingly close to that century. Don't forget that happened earlier in this episode. It's still the most devastating moment of our career. But if you did enjoy this episode and that win in the T20 game, as well as possibly seeing me fail at getting my first century, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I'm recording this a few days in advance on the eve of the first Ashes test starting, so I'm sure sure England will be doing well as long as their top order batsmen can stay in. Let me know in the comments if you've had a similarly disastrous and agonising moment like we had with our 97 in the 50 over match. It was obviously doubly disappointing to lose a game as a team, but fortunately we recovered in this T20 game. It's been a consistent start to the season though, so I'm hoping we'll get involved in county selection soon. At least get the club captaincy so we don't have to bowl so much and we can really focus on our development with the bat. We are supposed to be a part-timer and that's what we want to be, and once we get the captaincy we can dictate that. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. If you are a fan of the cricket content, then catch up with my Ashes Test playthrough, a 10-part series we did a month or so ago. I really appreciate the support with both series, and thank you for giving my cricket content a try. There's also daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, and weekly videos from our Snooker 19 career. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series, and I hope to see you next time for another big game with Leeds.